Good evening. It's that time again, when the world's most serious people gather in Switzerland to tell us just how doomed we might be. Yes, it's the World Economic Forum's Global Risks Report, reality's own horror trailer, starring climate collapse and economic chaos. This year's report is especially dire, a menu of disasters, from environmental meltdowns to financial freefalls. Tonight, we'll break down the top 5 risks the experts say are coming for us all. So grab a drink, settle in, and let's face the future, together, and only slightly panicked. The goal isn't to scare you senseless, but to help you understand what's ahead. Let's dive in. First up, the headliner, climate change and extreme weather. Yes, again, the WEF says this isn't just a long-term threat anymore, it's here, now, and getting worse. We're talking about floods, wildfires, and storms so frequent they're the new normal. These aren't random acts of nature, they're the direct result of a warming planet. The economic fallout? Massive. Infrastructure crumbles, supply chains break, and insurance becomes a luxury. Some regions are becoming uninsurable, and eventually, unlivable. Food security is on the line. Droughts and floods devastate crops, making global food prices unpredictable. The world's agricultural heartlands are at risk, and so is your breakfast. We're approaching climate tipping points, like the collapse of major ocean currents, that could trigger global chaos. Despite endless pledges, our response has been underwhelming. Fossil fuels are still king, and real action is lagging. Climate change isn't just an environmental issue, it's a threat multiplier, fueling migration, conflict, and social unrest. When homes and food disappear, people move, and that strains every system we have. The real risk? Our inability to cooperate. The experts are losing faith in global teamwork. It's like a group project where no one agrees on the deadline, and the planet pays the price. The storm isn't coming, it's already here, and it's only getting worse. The WEF's message: this is the top risk for a reason. We're not just facing bad weather, we're facing the consequences of our own inaction. The clock is ticking, and the window for meaningful change is closing. If we don't act, the disasters won't wait. The world is watching, and so is the climate. The question isn't if we'll be affected, but how badly. The time for denial is over. The only way out is through action. Let's hope we're up to the challenge. Next, let's talk about geopolitical tensions. Because if the planet doesn't get us, we might just do it ourselves. The WEF warns that global peace is unraveling. The era of easy globalization is over. Rival blocs are rising, and the world feels more like a four-way chess match with no rules. The war in Ukraine isn't just local, it's redrawing security maps, spiking energy prices, and shaking food supplies worldwide. Tensions in the Indo-Pacific, especially around Taiwan, could trigger economic chaos on a scale we've never seen. Smaller conflicts are flaring up everywhere, each one a potential spark for something bigger. International institutions meant to keep the peace are paralyzed, caught between powerful rivals. Cooperation is breaking down, making it harder to tackle every other risk on this list. Countries are weaponizing everything: trade, tech, even information. Trust is evaporating, alliances are fragile, and the risk of miscalculation is rising. The world is polarizing, and diplomacy is losing ground to confrontation. The WEF's warning: the risk of major war is higher than it's been in decades. The systems we built to keep the peace are failing. We're tearing apart the interconnected world we spent decades building. The danger isn't just from outside threats, it's from our own divisions. The more we fight, the less we can solve. The stakes are global, and the consequences are real. The guardrails are off, and the risks are rising. We need new ways to cooperate, or we'll all pay the price. The world can't afford another major conflict. The time to rebuild trust is now. Otherwise, we're all just waiting for the next spark. Now, let's talk about the economy, because what's the point of surviving disaster if you can't afford dinner? The WEF's third big risk: economic instability and inflation. Stagflation is the nightmare. High prices, low growth, and no easy way out. Pandemic aftershocks and war have sent costs soaring and growth stalling. Central banks are raising interest rates to fight inflation, but that risks triggering a recession. It's a delicate balancing act, and one wrong move could crash the global economy. Sovereign debt is ballooning, especially in developing countries. Rising interest rates make it harder for governments to pay their bills, risking defaults and contagion. One country's collapse could trigger a global domino effect. The gap between rich and poor is widening, fueling anger and unrest. Economic anxiety is driving political polarization and undermining democracy. Businesses are paralyzed by uncertainty, choosing to wait instead of invest. The result? More stagnation, less growth, and a self-fulfilling cycle of gloom. The WEF's message: the global economy is on a knife's edge. Inflation on one side, recession on the other, and shocks from every direction. For most people, it means more uncertainty about jobs, savings, and the cost of living. The risks are real, and the solutions are complex. We need smarter policies and more global cooperation. The stakes are high, and the margin for error is shrinking. The world can't afford another economic crisis. The time to act is now. Otherwise, we're all just hoping for a soft landing. Now let's get digital, because the next risk is technological disruption and cybersecurity. The WEF says our dependence on tech is growing, but so are the threats. Cyber attacks are more frequent, more sophisticated, and now target critical infrastructure: power, water, hospitals, banks. A single attack could shut down a city or cripple the financial system. Ransomware is booming, paralyzing organizations and costing billions. The risk isn't just technical, it's about trust in the systems we rely on. Misinformation and deepfakes, supercharged by AI, threaten the very idea of shared truth. If we can't agree on facts, democracy itself is at risk. AI brings promise, but also peril. Job losses, economic upheaval, and the risk of uncontrollable systems. Autonomous weapons and surveillance tech are outpacing our laws and ethics. We're building tools we don't fully understand, and the consequences could be massive. The digital world is fragile, easily manipulated, and evolving faster than we can regulate. The WEF's warning: our own creations could become our undoing. The line between progress and peril is razor thin. We need better defenses, smarter regulation, and a serious conversation about the future of tech. The risks are growing, and the stakes are high. The digital age is a double-edged sword. We can't afford to ignore the dangers. The time to act is before the next big breach. Our future depends on getting this right. The question isn't if, but when, the next cyber crisis will hit. Are we ready? The WEF isn't so sure. Finally, let's talk about public health threats, because pandemics aren't going away. COVID-19 was a warning shot, not a one-off. The WEF says new pathogens are inevitable, thanks to deforestation, urbanization, and global travel. Antimicrobial resistance is rising, threatening a return to a pre-antibiotic era. The last pandemic exposed failures in cooperation, vaccine hoarding, and rampant misinformation. Many countries are already letting their guard down, cutting funding and dismantling surveillance. Crisis fatigue is setting in, but the risks are only growing. Another pandemic could devastate economies, snap supply chains, and overwhelm healthcare systems. The social and mental health impacts are deep and lasting. The next pandemic could be deadlier, faster, or target new groups. The WEF's message: it's not if, but when. We need investment in public health, research, and global cooperation. Pandemic preparedness should be as serious as national defense. The bugs are evolving, and so must we. Forgetting the lessons of COVID is the biggest risk of all. The world can't afford to be caught off guard again. The time to prepare is now. We need stronger systems, better information sharing, and real global solidarity. The stakes are life and death. The next crisis is coming. Will we be ready? The WEF is sounding the alarm. Let's hope we're listening. So there you have it. The world's on fire. Peace is fragile, the economy's shaky, tech is risky, and the next pandemic is waiting in the wings. Overwhelmed? That's normal. But awareness is the first step to change. These are human-made problems, which means we can fix them, if we act. The WEF report is a roadmap of what to avoid, not a prophecy. Read it, share it, and demand action from leaders and yourself. The future isn't written yet. Let us know in the comments which risk worries you most, and subscribe for more insights. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm off to look at puppy pictures for a while. Good night.